is back now with tips on how to care for those expensive candles so your money doesn't go up in smoke. So T, buying candles can quickly become a very costly habit, right?
Oh, a very expensive habit, especially if you get a taste for those, Diptyque or Jo Malone candles. Jo Malone is a really popular and famous British English brand, and I have the peony and blush suede candle here today. You can see beautiful chrome lid and the grosgrain ribbon and the pretty box. So this is from Holt Renfrew. It's got notes of red apple, it's got notes of peony and jasmine. It's a beautiful candle and it will cost you $100, but it's an experience. I have another very beautiful candle here. So L'Authentique is a Canadian company that imports French brands to North America. So you can get this on their website. And this candle's by Christian Tortu. He's a French floral designer. This is his most popular fragrance, forest candle, and it's got notes of pine, cedar, moss, and fresh cut grass. It's very transportive, and that will cost you $92.
Okay, so a little bit pricey. And is there a reason why they cost a little bit more, T? Is it what goes into the creation of these candles that makes them more expensive?
Personally, I think it just adds up. It's high quality wax, it's high quality essential oils, right. It's the research and the staff that go into planning a complex fragrance. It's often the packaging. There's a lot of things about it that's kind of start adding up. Of course, there's a big range. We're talking candles that cost $5 and $150, and a lot of my favorites are somewhere moderate in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you've got the pricey candle. You love the pricey candle. How do you make sure you're getting the most use out of it?
Okay, well, you have to burn it until the entire surface liquefies, especially on that first burn. So really letting it go 3 to 4 hours. Now what happens if you don't do that, if you blow it out too soon, you can get tunneling, which is where the wick goes straight down and there's like a little rim of wax around the edge and it never gets used unless you fix it. And so that's essentially just wasting your candle and wasting your money. So 3 to 4 hours that first burn.
Oh my gosh, I've ruined so many candles that way. Thank you for that. 3 to 4 hours for the first burn. My goodness. Okay, what about after that initial burn?
Okay, so you will also liquefy the top every other time you burn it, but it won't take as long. So after that first burn, remember every other time you're going to burn it, trim the wick to 1/4 of an inch. So what you're trying to do is get rid of that excess carbon, that black soot at the top of the wick. It can kind of create soot on the inside of your vessel. That's from when it's smoking. And so you want to trim that off. We have a really cute wick trimmer. It looks like a little pair of scissors with a bent end. This is from 100 Years of Love, but you can use scissors. You can even use a nail clipper. These kind of lift it right out. And then you also need to do that when you're burning the wood wick, because we did show the Real Talk has a wood wick. You also need to break off the top that's black, that's burned, so it's nice and short and you don't get that extra smoking.
You've got a few safety tips for us next as well as some suggestions for cleaning up the vessel and repurposing it.
Right, so I think most people know don't leave a candle unattended, put it on a stable surface, away from drafts, kids, and pets. So the other thing is you don't realize how hot that vessel can get. And so I like to put my candles on a coaster now because I've actually burned the paint finish on my mantle because that candle got too hot. It's also a great idea to use a snuffer. This is from Candle with a K, and that just means you're not blowing ash and debris into that wax. You want to keep it really clean. So I also have an old candle I just finished. I want to tell you, this is a bowl that used to be a candle. I have flowers in old vessels, and it's really not hard to clean it. You just need a spoon or a knife to try and get out that little piece of metal that has the wick on it. And after that, scrape out as much wax as you can. I like to wipe it with a paper towel and then run it through the dishwasher when most of the wax is gone from it. And that heat is going to help give it a good clean. And I always go over it. I'm a little bit fanatical. I go over it with Goo Gone after it comes out of the dishwasher. And then you have these beautiful vessels. you don't need to recycle them and throw them out. You can use them for pens, you can use them for flowers. I mean, it's a great little thing to make use of and a great upcycling project.
Thanks, Tamara. I love the idea of not throwing out the vessel once you've burned out your candle.